What's up, guys? Chase Oliver 68 here, bringing you another video to my channel. NFL 2012-2013 Week 8 predictions. Going to be an exciting one. I think this week is going to be a crazy week in the National Football League. A lot of games that are really, toss-ups this week. There's a lot of games where you don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be a fun week of football. Going to be a tough week for predictions, I think. And starting off really tough with the Thursday night game, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't know what you really want to call the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A bad team, a mediocre team, a team that's just not always playing football. I mean, this team really is inconsistent. I really do not like what I'm seeing from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was one of the few people that were high on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I picked them as a sleeper team to make it to the playoffs. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I know many people may find it silly to say that, but when you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on paper, they just look like a really good team. How could I resist that type of team? But Tampa Bay really has just been kind of lackluster. They just kind of seem like a team that on and off switch that just comes on randomly. It's like if they want to be on, they're one of the hottest teams. And then afterwards, once they're on, they say, we're good enough. They turn on the on switch, and then they start playing poorly. I mean, Tampa Bay is just very inconsistent from what I've been seeing from them. Then when I look at the Minnesota Vikings, their opponents, the Minnesota Vikings have been the surprise team of the NFL. They've been the team this year that really has been, turning hands and just saying, wow, the Minnesota Vikings are actually good. And really, to be honest, I look at the Minnesota Vikings schedule. The Vikings schedule is moderately tough. It's not like the toughest schedule I've ever seen. They did get the big win over the San Francisco 49ers in week 2 of the NFL, week 3, I believe. So really, to be honest, the Vikings, they just look like a really good surprise team in the NFL. They look like a team that could make a wild card position this year. And, the NFC North this year, I'm just going to say it, 3 teams are coming out of there, and that's for sure. Or the NFC West, that I'll talk about that later. But the Vikings, to me, just look like overall the better team on this matchup. Adrian Peterson looks like he's favorable against this Buccaneers defense. Not to mention, I really like how Christian Ponder's playing games as of late. Josh Freeman, he's a tough quarterback. He's a tough gamer. He likes to play to the final whistle. But really, to be honest, it's going to come down to Vincent Jackson and the receiving core of, Josh Morgan. Oh. So, to be honest, I got the Minnesota Vikings winning this game. I think the Vikings team is overall better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. The New York Jets came up short against the New England Patriots in overtime, while the Miami Dolphins had a bye weekend. I don't know, Ryan Tannehill and Lauren Tannehill were probably having a good time. Man, Lauren Tannehill is hot. But anyways, moving on forward to the game. The New York Jets, it seems, that this team still has a lot of life left in them. They're definitely a tough football team. They definitely want to stay into games. They are not a team to sleep on. A lot of people were kind of confused on what to really label this team. Is this team Tebow's team? Is this team Sanchez's team? I think Sanchez proved in the New England game that he is the quarterback for the New York Jets and that he's going to keep on improving season by season. So really, to be honest, even though he's not the popular consensus choice, I think you roll with Sanchez. I think you keep Sanchez going because Sanchez, once you get more talented receivers around him, he's going to be a baller. I think that this kid will be a baller once he gets a talented receiving core. But, the Jets running game needs to step up. It's been pretty inconsistent. I mean, first 2 quarters against the Patriots looked awesome. Then later on, the third and fourth quarter, yeah, you got the little spurts of 30-yard runs. But then afterwards, what else are you getting? Sean Green, we all know, is a tough player. Jets defense has been pretty tough without their leader, Darrelle Revis. But the Dolphins, this team has a sleeping defense. This defense, it's pretty much a sleeper. It's pretty much a sleeper. Not to mention, I think Tannehill has been progressing very good as a quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he's Rookie of the Year, but he's definitely been progressing a lot better than I thought he would. Less batted down balls. This will be the second meeting between the Dolphins and the Jets. You guys all remember last time. Not Tony Sparano. I'm thinking of last year's coach. What's that Dolphins coach? I can't remember his name. See, this is what happens when you do a video right when you wake up. You can't remember that stupid coach's name. Well, he called a timeout, and the Jets won the game because, God, what is his name? Shit. I can't remember his name. This is going to bug me the whole video. Watch me just remember it randomly. But the Dolphins, they missed out on an opportunity because their coach, Joe Philbin, there we go, Joe Philbin, called a timeout when he didn't need to. And the Jets stole that game, you could say, in sports terms. But I'm going with the Miami Dolphins this time. I think they're going to pull off the, I guess you could call, upset win over the Jets. But yeah, let's just move on forward. The San Diego Chargers take on the Cleveland Browns, and I was pretty upset. Not because my Chargers got caught cheating. Fuck that shit. But I was upset that 11-5 did not continue. That made me upset. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, when the Cleveland Browns beat the Colts and they became 1-5, a Cleveland Brown fan had 11-5 starts today, and I was really excited about that. Mainly because I think Cleveland is I always like when people shit on the Browns because then it's like, when I say something good about them, it's just like, oh, you're stupid, and then they do something good, and then everyone's like, oh, God, the Browns did something good. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like shitty teams doing good against good teams. But really, to be honest, this week in the NFL, like I say, it's a toss-up week. There's like 2 upsets I could choose, and really, this is one of them. I'm not really feeling my Chargers as of late. I really think that we're not a second half team anymore. I don't think we contain really well with, in the second half. I feel December is the only month that we look like a perfect team. I think we're still a late bloomer team, and that's pretty bad right now, especially with the not elite quarterback, but a good quarterback like Phillip Rivers, a good running back like Ryan Matthews, a solid receiving core. To be honest, I just feel that, the San Diego Chargers, they just need to make some game plan moves. They need to change their way they play. They got to stop playing flat in the second half. That could cost them in this game against a hungry Cleveland Browns team. I mean, this team, they're dangerous. Their defense with Sheldon Brown and Joe Hayden, 2 underrated corners in the NFL. I don't know why none of these guys get any love. Maybe because they're on Cleveland and people just like to say they're a shit team. But hey, look at the players. DeQuell Jackson, I think he might be injured for this game, so maybe San Diego can run the football a little bit more. DeQuell Jackson's also a beast. Check that guy's highlight films. He's a beast. But, to be honest, Cleveland, they have a chance. Their secondary of the San Diego Chargers is not that great. Eric Weddle's not playing at the level he used to be. Antoine Cason and Quinton Jammer, they're just too busy doing whatever the fuck they want. And really, to be honest, I'm just saying this, Brandon Weeden and Josh Gordon connection is looking pretty damn sweet. Besides one drop by Josh Gordon, which drops in the NFL, they happen. But besides that one drop, that connection's looking pretty damn sweet up there in Cleveland. And really, to be honest, I think the Cleveland Browns will upset the San Diego Chargers this game, as much as it pains me to say that. And also, it's in Cleveland. Dog pound. The Indianapolis Colts take on the Titans in the AFC South battle. The Colts and Titans, really, to be honest, this game is really important for both of these teams, mainly because that these 2 teams have a chance to maybe, sneak into a wild card position in the AFC or even steal the AFC South, which I don't think is possible, but it is because right now the Jaguars are lingering at 1-5. The Texans, we all know that they're on bye week and they're 5-1, 6-1, and I believe in the NFL. Totally forgot the records right there, but I know they only have 1 loss. They're pretty much a really top team. They're 6-1. My bad. Sorry. I apologize. Texans are 6-1. Titans are 3-4. Colts are 3-3. They have chances to, steal games. And especially if it does come down to a point where the Colts somehow magically go on this winning streak and the Texans somehow get into a slump, the Colts do have a tiebreaker edge over the Texans because the Texans failed to beat the Packers, but the Colts beat the Packers. Tennessee has not even played the Packers yet, and even when the Texans face Chicago, or there's a lot of situations here where shit could go down in the AFC South. So this is a huge game for both teams. Matt Hasselbeck is still going to be the starting quarterback for the Titans. Titans still need to find out who is their starting quarterback. Is it going to be Hasselbeck or Locker? My take on this type of thing, I really don't know what the Titans are trying to do. If they're trying to make the playoffs, I say Hasselbeck should be your quarterback. If they're trying to just, test Locker out for the future and don't care about the playoffs, then go with Locker. That's my take on it, because really, to be honest, I don't think Jake Locker really is ready to be an NFL playoff quarterback. I know Hasselbeck is. I mean, the dude used to be a Super Bowl level caliber of a quarterback. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, he's a good quarterback. You can't deny Matt Hasselbeck's a pretty damn good quarterback. Kenny Britt, he had a quiet week, but he should have a better week against this Colts defense. I don't know why they're running the 3-4. I don't think the Colts should run a 3-4. It's just a defensive scheme that I think is just a lose-lose situation for the Colts. Andrew Luck, he needs to work better on his decision making. I see Andrew Luck, I know a lot of people may say that he doesn't really have talent around him, but Andrew Luck's one of those quarterbacks that can make talent out of his wide receivers. That's what Peyton Manning's good at. That's what Drew Brees is good at. That's what Aaron Rodgers is good at. They can work with what they have. Andrew Luck has that type of ability as an NFL quarterback. And the thing is, I really do think that, he could make some key interceptions because Alteron Burner and Devin McCourty, or what is it, the other McCourty? I don't know, one of the McCourty brothers. They could cause some turnovers that could cause some problems for Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck has been turning over the ball. Also, the lack of a running game, because I don't really think who's the backup for Donald Brown. I don't even know who the backup is. Isn't it Vic Ballard, or is that the Patriots running back? I don't even know. See, I don't even care about the Colts running game. And also, CJ2K might have a big game again. So, I'm going with the Tennessee Titans on this game. The New England Patriots, after a tough battle against the New York Jets, take on the 3-4 St. Louis Rams. The Rams, you know what? I gotta give the Rams props. They may not have an impressive record, but they've been a fun team to watch. I'm not saying offensively fun. I think their defense is kind of fun to watch. I really do like the toughness and the fight inside of the St. Louis Rams. I mean, Sam Bradford sometimes is kind of bleh to watch, but he's getting there. He's getting back to what he was his rookie year. Don't forget, in his rookie year, look at some of the opponents he faced and why he looked so good against those opponents, and you can kind of see why he had a pretty solid rookie season. But Patriots and Rams, I think this is going to be a fun game. I think this game is going to have a lot of oohs and ahs that most people are not expecting. I mean, it's in London, so I think this is a cool game for the London fans to watch. I hope you cares watch this game of egg ball, whatever you guys like to call football down there, and just enjoy it, because I think this is going to be a good game. I don't think the Patriots offense is going to trample over the Rams defense. I'm not really feeling the Patriots offense this year. Really, to be honest, I think the Patriots offense is just kind of, I don't know. What is your guys' takes on the Patriots offense? I don't really think they're like the same Patriots. Like, some games they'll look like, oh my God, that's the Patriots offense. I don't know, Brady throwing touchdowns and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, it's like this year they have a running game and they're not as, I mean, this is a team, when their schedule came out, people were saying they were going to go 16-0, and they got Brandon Lloyd, who was supposed to be like this huge game changer for them. And really, to be honest, I know he's caught some touchdowns. I know he has a pretty good yardage and receptions, but has he been really that game changer for the Patriots? I mean, they're still throwing it to Hernandez, Gronk, and Welker like crazy, so I don't know. Depends on what you think of it, but really, to be honest, I still have the New England Patriots winning this game. I think the St. Louis defense really struggles at times trying to finish games, and the St. Louis offense has struggles putting up points on the board. Steven Jackson really needs to step up this game, or Darrell Richardson, whichever running back is getting to start for this game. They really need to step up and show their work. And this Patriots defense is pretty damn good against the run. I really do like them against the run with Chandler Jones and Duante Hightower. They're two rookie combination in defense. The Jaguars versus the Packers at Lambeau. The Jaguars do have Blaine Gabbert coming back. Yay. But no Maurice Jones-Drew. Now, Rashad Jennings, he could be an X factor in this game, because really, to be honest, if the Packers can't get this to the air where Blaine Gabbert has to try to throw the football, it could be a kind of a long day for the Packers, because with Rashad Jennings, if he gets a couple of first downs, that tires out your defense. Not to mention, the moving the chains, the clock, and keep it. Any way the Jaguars can keep Aaron Rodgers off that football field is the only way I see the Jaguars winning this game. Aaron Rodgers, he's going against a stiff defense in Jaguars. The Jaguars defense is pretty stiff, but they don't really have the secondary to really stop receivers like Jordy Nelson, or a slot receiver like Randall Cobb. They don't really have the linebackers to stop Randall Cobb. James Jones, he's been really producing. I really think Aaron Rodgers should not throw to Jermichael Finley, because from what I've been reading, about Jermichael Finley this year, I've been disappointed in this guy. I really thought that he was going to do, a lot better with his catches. Last year he had a lot of drops, but this year his drops have just been crazy, man. Jermichael Finley's been dropping the ball. But this is going to be an interesting game for sure. I'm not going to choose Jacksonville for this game. I think the Packers will win this game, but it may be a tough game if Rashad Jennings gets to carry the ball more, gets to carry the load. This is the game of the week. I get excited when I watch these games because my friend Alan, Alan from the Wrestling Roundtable, he hates Michael Vick with a passion. So it's always so funny when you get to read what he says about Michael Vick. And if you're an offensive human being, then don't read his tweets about Michael Vick. They're just so funny. I just enjoy myself reading his tweets about Michael Vick. He gets he gets really amped into the Falcons Eagles games. It's like enjoyable. So definitely check out Alan at Alan Stirk. And also, yeah. But the Falcons take on the Eagles. This is going to be an interesting game for sure. The Falcons and Eagles always have been like, crazy games. Last year on a Sunday night, I believe, we got a crazy ass game. Who could forget the 2005 NFC Championship? That was a pretty damn good game too. But, the Falcons and the Eagles, this is kind of like an interesting concept. The Eagles, they changed their defense up. They've had a week to, prepare their defense for a high explosive offense. And then when you add the part that, Andy Reid, under the Andy Reid era, their Eagles are undefeated after a bye week. They're always undefeated after a bye week. So it's like, oh, wow, the Eagles, they're undefeated after a bye week. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, they haven't lost a game after coming off a bye, that's crazy. And the Falcons, they just came off of a bye too, and right now they're 6-0. They're the last undefeated team in the NFL. Man, this is crazy. And then you got the matchups of, Roddy White against Nnamdi Asomugha. And then you got the matchups of Julio Jones against Rogers Cromartie. I mean, really, to be honest, D'Amico Ryans probably playing man against Michael Turner if they do that linebacker man. Really, to be honest, hell, dude, this is going to be a fun game. I think this game is going to be awesome, off the chains. I think it's going to be explosive, and I got the Falcons winning this one in a close one. And the Falcons right now, I would probably say they passed the San Francisco 49ers as the best team in the NFL, because the Falcons, even though they may look sloppy in wins, at least they're showing that they are clutch in the late quarters and that they can win games that they're supposed to win. And that's what I like about the Atlanta Falcons. The Washington Redskins take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is hurting right now. Literally, they have injuries out the ass. The injuries are killing Pittsburgh. RG3 had a great game against New York. Came up a little bit short, thanks to Tanner Moss. I really needed that fumble. Hashtag fantasy problems. But anyways, the Steelers, right now the running game is run by Baron Batch. Jonathan Dyer's banged up. We don't know the status of Isaac Redman. Rashard Mendenhall is questionable. I mean, really, to be honest, Steelers running game is just a big old question mark right now. Big Ben has been playing, solid football. Mike Wallace and Antonio Brown have been solid. But really, to be honest, I'm really feeling RG3 in the Redskins. And an interesting stat, RG3 versus a 5-man blitz, he is 79% on his completion rating and has a 99.8 QBR. And who likes to run a 5-run blitz? The Pittsburgh Steelers. So I'm going with RG3 and the Redskins. And that's not really an upset pick because the Redskins are 3-4 and the Steelers are 3-3. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Detroit Lions, who just got an ass kicking from the Chicago Bears. Well, not really. Their offense just sucked dick, and the Bears' defense just kicked their ass, and the Bears' offense, they look good, but not spectacular. And they're taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Really, to be honest, this game is a big toss-up for me. I really don't know who's going to win this game. I mean, Detroit and Seattle, I mean, that's an interesting game, mainly for the fact that, what Stafford is going to show up. Is it going to be the Matthew Stafford that I enjoy watching, or is it going to be the Matthew Stafford that just makes me want to puke? Is Megatron, being double covered by smaller corners in Seattle, is that going to, is he going to make the plays that we're used to Megatron seeing? And, there's a lot of factors into this game that, make this game at least kind of watchable. Russell Wilson, I guess, but really Seattle's defense is fun to watch. I really do like how explosive they are. This is going to be a fun game to watch, and I'm actually going to go give it to the underdogs of the Detroit Lions, and I think the Detroit Lions will win this football game. Maybe. It'll be a close one. The mess of the Carolina Panthers of who's the leader, who's not, I don't know. Cam Newton's complaining. They got fired their GM. Man, Carolina's just in a mess right now. But they're taking on the Chicago Bears. And really, to be honest, this could be a trap game for the Bears. I'm not even kidding you when I'm saying this. I think this is a trap game for the Bears. And a lot of fans, after the Bears lose, will be like, oh, the Bears fucking suck because they lost to the Panthers. And it's like, oh, my God, it's one loss to a trap game. I mean, it could be a trap game. I mean, Cam Newton, if he's airing out the football, it's a trap game. If he's running option, oh, that's going to be ugly. Stop running the option with Cam Newton. He's more of a Like, people don't understand this. Cam Newton's more of a quarterback that likes to air out the football. He's more of a quarterback that needs to air out the football. Option with Cam Newton doesn't really work too much with him. I mean, he's too big, and the way he does play action in options anyways, I don't really like. Carolina's defense is also in trouble. Maybe Jay Cutler will have a big game, hopefully. Brandon Marshall's been doing good, and if you guys watch First Take, you can obviously see that he is a really big religious fan. Yeah, but anyways, I got the Chicago Bears winning this game, but don't be surprised. It's a trap game. In the AFC Denver Broncos division, the Raiders take on the Chiefs. Do I really need to go in depth with this game? The Chiefs are in trouble, man. My boy Brady Quinn is starting? What? That's just ridiculous. That is ridiculous that Brady Quinn is starting. You know, the little mark inside of me for Brady Quinn almost wants me to just choose the Chiefs. But Brady Quinn is starting, man. That is just beautiful. In a world where... Fuck it. Much as this pains me to say, the Raiders win this game. I'm sorry. If Brady Quinn wins this game... If Brady Quinn wins this game, the Raiders might already be firing Dennis Allen. There's no reason why Brady Quinn should be winning a football game. Watch next week. He beats the Brady Quinn. Oh, let's just... I'm sorry. It's Brady fucking Quinn, man. And then plus the Kansas City defense is bad. Brady fucking Quinn. Let's just move on to the Giants and the Cowboys. Sucks for the Cowboys fans. I apologize for losing Sean Lee. Sean Lee has been a tough safety in the league, and you know what? It sucks to lose a safety like Sean Lee. Man was doing a great job for the Dallas Cowboys secondary. Definitely stepped up his game, and it really sucks that you guys lost him for a season. But really, to be honest, the NFC East is a tough division, and I think the Cowboys are a tough team, and hopefully they will recover. But the Cowboys take on the New York Football Giants. Really, to be honest, the Giants right now just look hot, hot, hot. They have really good matchup problems, especially with Sean Lee being out. It's going to really, really hurt. I don't know. The Cowboys, they do match up well against the Giants. We saw that the first time they played this season. But I think this Giants team, you know, they're past that, you know, little stint of how you should say, you know, growing pains, I guess. You know, the Giants always have bad starts in the NFL. It's no surprise there. It is a rivalry game, and the Giants, you know, they normally play differently against rivalry games. They always kind of like play close games. But really, to be honest, I think the Giants will win this football game. I think it's going to be a close, exciting football game. And I think Eli Manning is just going to lead his team to victory again. Both defenses are pretty interesting to watch. Nothing really too... I think the Giants' D-line is exciting. And I think DeMarcus Ware and Morris Claiborne are exciting for the Cowboys, but it's not like the whole defense is like exciting. You get what I'm saying? But I think the Giants will lead to victory in this game. The New Orleans Saints take on the Denver Broncos, and it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. These two teams just throw the ball deep, then they're just going to score touchdowns, and I'm going to enjoy this game. I'm literally going to sit back, watch this game with my dad, and say, wow, we're watching a shootout, and enjoy it. But who's going to win this shootout? That's hard. You know, Peyton Manning, man, he's looking back like Peyton Manning. And then Drew Brees, man, he's like Drew Brees, dude. Like, how do you choose? I'm actually going to go with the Denver Broncos on this one. I really think the Broncos defense is better than the Saints defense, and I really think they can cap some stops on Drew Brees. Not to mention you got Elmas Dumerville and Von Miller fucking on the edge, so that's going to hurt. And I really don't think the Saints O-line is really that great. To be honest, I really think that the Denver Broncos will win this game, but it will be a shootout and a good close one. All right, final game. In the NFC West, or the NFC Best, as my friend likes to call them, don't know why. 49ers versus Cardinals. I'm really kind of interested in this Monday night game. John Skelton does not really pique my interest. Kevin Call, please come back because I actually like how you distribute the ball as a quarterback. And until you come back, I don't think the Cardinals will win a football game. I'm being dead serious. I mean, if Alex Smith bucks up enough, they could fucking win a game. But Alex Smith is coached by the crazy maniac Jim Harbaugh, possessed by a demon. He's not going to fuck up. And I really think San Francisco's defense is very polished. I really do think that, if they can get the ball moving on offense, they can do well. And I just really don't think John Skelton distributes the ball well. That's just my honest opinion about John Skelton. I really think that Kevin Kolb is the better quarterback because he knows how to distribute the ball very well equally between his wide receivers. It's like everyone's getting touches, while with John Skelton, it's like Larry Fitzgerald has more targets, like 2 times more targets than everyone else. And I get it, it's Larry Fitzgerald, but you can't be targeting him every single time, man. So I really think, with John Skelton, the Cardinals will have trouble winning. I think this game will be close because both these teams are not known for their dynamic offenses, are known for their tough, rugged defenses. Should be a good game. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. And that's pretty much my predictions for this week. I know this video went long, but really, to be honest, there's a lot of games to cover. And I was struggling on Joe Philbin's name. That was my bad. But make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. Make sure you guys check out, Allen and the Ace. It's an article I like to read every week before football. It's fun to read. Definitely check that out on TJR Sports. I got the link down below. All Tree Podcasts, see you live videos. You know the drill. Just follow those bad boys and everything will be good in the world. Alright, I'll see you all later. Peace!